Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to be covering Morbius. He made his first appearance in The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 101, that was released in October 1971. His complete name is Dr. Michael Morbius, and he's a Greek-born Nobel-winning biochemist who stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighs 170 pounds, also having blue eyes and black hair, although when he's in his vampiric state, he has red eyes and chalky white skin. Now, Morbius could be considered a mutate, being more of a pseudo-vampire, having many of the superhuman traits of a true mystical vampire, while only having a few of their weaknesses. This is due to his condition stemming from primarily a scientific basis versus a supernatural one. Morbius exhibits low-level to moderate superhuman strength, which can fluctuate depending on the amount of and whose blood he consumes. He also has moderate superhuman speed, agility, reflexes, and stamina, being extremely mobile, although not quite as agile as beings such as Spider-Man. To go on, he also has very enhanced senses, such as hearing, smelling, and his sight, which actually manifests a degree of infrared vision, being able to see body heat even in complete darkness. Morbius can also psionically glide, although this is only up to speeds of around 35 miles per hour, and he typically likes to glide upon prevailing wind currents. He can briefly mesmerize and control people who look directly into his eyes, as well as just outright create new vampires, using the typical means of biting someone and draining their blood, having mental control over these minions, although they don't possess his healing factor. Which leads me to the fact that he does actually possess a moderate healing factor, although these would fall shy of what I'd call an advanced healing factor, not being able to heal within split seconds or regenerate completely missing limbs or organs. And this is despite the fact that Morbius claims to have virtual immortality, saying that he doesn't age. And although Morbius has none of the lethal weaknesses that a mystical true vampire would have, he is somewhat sensitive to direct sunlight, as well as having a hunger for blood or bloodlust that overwhelms him at times, at points even driving him to visual and auditory hallucinations. Now, the genius Michael Morbius would grow up with a rare blood disease that would eventually progress to the point that it would dissolve his blood cells and kill him. But his exceptional intellect and resolve would lead him to develop an exotic cure that he would attempt on himself, attempting to use vampire bat fluids and DNA combined with electroshock treatments to cure himself. However, this experimentation would have unexpected results, transforming him into the living vampire we simply know as Morbius. He'd quickly realize that he would transform and hunt fresh blood to satisfy his cravings, after which his mind would return to normal and become filled with guilt and remorse. This newly minted anti-hero would conclude that if he had to feed, he would feed on the corrupt and evil beings of the world, although this would still lead him to constantly run afoul of heroes such as Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, X-Men, and others. That being said, Morbius did have a strong conscience and consistently expressed a self-hate while constantly looking for a cure for his hunger. He would go on to join the Legion of Monsters to revive the Punisher as the undead Franken-Castle, as well as going on to have a major role in many different Marvel storylines, including Civil War and Absolute Carnage. For a brief period, he would also secretly work at the Horizon Labs and help come up with a cure for the Spider Island virus, although unfortunate events would lead to him being put in the Raft prison. He would eventually escape and get caught up in the gang wars in Brownsville, and would then go through an even darker period of a worsening condition, with his vampiric traits and bloodlust increasing to an exponential level. But thank goodness, due to the intervention of Spider-Man, Morbius was able to gain control of himself long enough to work on a cure to revert himself back to his normal enhanced state, albeit the thirst for blood still has a hold on him. Now, due to his powers and abilities and his influence on the Marvel Universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Morbius a rating of 8, which is an unforgettable rating. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like, subscribe, and join the new Sage.